Okay, I think for just now I can probably only really afford one train. Or can I? So the platform length is 80, so let's see what we can do. So looking at the trains that we have, we didn't unlock anything in 1851 there, so let's do a tender engine. And we're gonna want one of those. If we go down to our... there we go, the generic good wagon. So if we go down to the fluid wagons, which should be here. So we can get these tank cars. Do we want a square tank or a curved tank? Let's get a curved tank. And we can purchase a shit ton of these. This will get us up to 70, so that's what we want. And then after 70, we can take a brake van. So one of these trains cost us 3 mil. Fine, so until we get up to 3 mil, we have to do this as one line. So this will be the Bacup Chemical Works line, I guess. So we'll do a new line, and it's going to go from... It's going to start at the oil works, it's going to go to the refinery, and then it's going to go to the Huh? One of your signals is barking. Is it you, perchance? No, it's not you. The Scunthorpe coal mine is planning on shutting down. Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Are you double slipped? Okay. So you to you to you to you. Are you double slipped? You are double slipped. So why can't you get back? So line number 1. We start here. We join this line. Oh no, it's from the chemical works to that. Right, okay. Yeah, that is a smidgen of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, okay, that definitely needs to be 2 trains. Shit. Well, beans and buggeration. Okay, let's just do this then. We'll do this. And then this will be... So this will be the Bacup refinery works. Of course, before playing again, you just need to add. That's how it is. That's how it is. Nusswolf. You always go. You know, I'm just gonna add. I'm just gonna check and see if there's any updates to any of the mods that I'm using, and then before you know it, you've added 16 other ones, and then you need to test those mods to make sure they're working and they aren't conflicting with any of your existing mods. And then it's like, oh shit, where's the time? It's time for bed. That is the summary of my existence online, effectively. Of course, yep. Yep. Okay, so this is our new oil train, the first oil train that we have on the line. So he is gonna haul ass into the middle distance. So we've got a few mil that we need to make up. Let's so we've got one train that should actually be halfway down this line. It's not this one. Ooh, okay. So our train for the distill... Oh no, this is the passenger train. So wait, where is the here you are. Here you are. So we can get this industry underway very, very shortly, which is good. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to demand this train comes to a stop. Somehow we would communicate with this with him. And he is going to change direction, so a little bit of an abrupt stop. So this isn't the way this train would normally be able to come, but technically speaking, he can come this way. So he's going to come over the double slip switch, and we're going to start picking up some freight to take it to the brewery. This all looks very quaint now, doesn't it? So I'm curious to see how much we're going to get for bringing these 2 passengers over into the distance. So let's see what it is. So we're at 2 million. We need to get to 3 million before we can afford that next train. Oh, wait a minute. What the fucking HUD? What's happened here? What the fuck? That's that ain't right. Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with that at some point. I've got invisible floating rails. Jesus. Alright, so this train's gonna come on in here. And let's see how much we get for this. Gonna have a little bit of an ad break soon, unfortunately. Let's see, this might be in the millions, even for just 2 people. No, it's gonna be about 600,000. What? 16,000? Are you shitting me? That is not a lot. That is not a lot at all. Hot diggity dang. Okay, that is not a lot. Fuck. Right, okay, we've got a little bit of a problem with invisible tracks. I don't actually know why. Okay, well, I fixed it now. That seems to be working a lot better. Fine, okay, that was... So the payouts that you get is supposed to be based on distances in this game. So, yeah, that is certified no bueno. So let's go aboard with, well, as soon as I can work out. As soon as I work out where the fuck it is. It's not here? No, okay, it should be a lot further east. Ah, here it is, here it is, here it is. So this is our empty oil train, which is trying to make its way up north. So I guess we can take a little hot minute and just kind of watch this from like the driver's perspective. Watch some scenery for a little minute. Alrighty. So, use that opportunity there for a little bit of a break. So we're still waiting on that train to get over to where it needs to be. Yay! Welcome back. Thank you, Noswolf. Thank you. Cool. Okay. So we're still not really at the point where we can afford the shit that we need, which is a bit frustrating. Also, we're starting to get quite a lot of passengers here. Once we get above 50, we're going to need to start adding wagons to our little passenger train here. Alright, one thing I'm curious to do is see how much money we get for this. So this train's gonna dive in here. And we're gonna pick up the grain from this little hatter farm. I like that some of the wagons get covered up and some of them don't. That's quite a nice touch, actually. Yeah, that is quite a nice touch. Cool. I think this one is probably going to make money before this other one does. So let's see what we're working with here. Actually, they're probably going to get into their destinations around about the same time, all things considered. So I don't think this oil train is going to make money. But it's not going to be as much money as this, but it's probably going to complete faster. So it's a tale of two halves, I suppose. Okay, so he's gonna pick up speed. Oh yeah, they are definitely gonna get in town about the same time. There we go. So that one nets us 3/4 of a mil, and this one is gonna net us probably at 1/2 a mil. Oh wow, 1/3 of a mil. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Fine. So all we need is a couple more of this, and then we can actually get another train on the go. Another 500,000 really, and then we can get up and running. We just need something to complete a few more times. I worry I might end up having to get a second passenger train on this line. Okay, so there it is. So let's go to the refinery works. Let's manage the vehicles on this line. I'm going to duplicate this vehicle. So train number 8. Actually, manage vehicles. Let's select both of these and let's pump up their maintenance costs. Okay, so we're going to make a new line here. Actually, let's just unpause it. And then. So we're going to make a new line. And this is going to be the chemical works line. So the reason why this is getting its own train is because, yes, there's going to be a bit of deadheading involved, but one, we're already using a method. We're already using a method that's going to generate us a bit of an, shall we say, like an unrealistic amount of money. So I'm not too worried about deadheading. Bacup refinery. So let's call this one the Bacup Chemical Works. Which only works if I spell it properly. Fine, so if we go to the refinery and the refinery works, we're going to take this new train and we are going to assign you to the chemical works. So yeah, this distance is very approximately half of this distance. So yes, so this train is going to complete these deliveries twice as fast as the train is going to complete these deliveries, which is fine, because for every 2 barrels of fuel that we take to the refinery, that only makes 1 refined oil, and then the conversion here is 1-to-1. Ah, God, the noise that chemical work make is disgusting. God, it gets underneath my skin. Ugh, that's horrific. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So on this island, there's now only really 2 more things I want to do for the railway network before we leave. It's fun how some noises can make your skin crawl. No, I don't even want to think about it, Noswolf. It was horrific. Ugh. Oh, God, that got right underneath my fucking skin. Jesus. So I want to connect this silver mine here to the railway network. And the reason I want to do that is because there is a silver mill just over here. Remember, our plan is... yeah, our plan is to put a cargo terminal here. I think. Yeah. 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 It's between here or here, so if it's here... Okay, if it's here, I don't have a lot of space to work with, actually, in the grand scheme of things. And if it's here, I also don't have a lot of space to work with in the grand scheme of things. Here would probably actually be better, but it would be a longer journey. God, the freaking decisions. Because the train network's probably going to be around about here. Oh, God. Thing is, if I put the cargo terminal here, I'm going to have to get creative. Oh, God, this farm is in a horrific place. Jesus Christ. Whereas if I do it here... God, I was thinking in my head about just having it here for so long. I guess I could just do it here, which is going to give us access to more space, because this is going to be quite a busy freight terminal. This will give us access to more space, which will... Oh, Ealing's got a goods factory now. Okay, that's actually quite helpful. There's no other towns over here, so... Yeah, okay, fuck it. Alright, we're gonna put our cargo terminal here. I've got $488 in my bank balance. Fine. So our trains are going to progress pretty much as expected. So the cargo trains that we've got over here aren't actually going to do anything. Which train are you? You are the refinery work, so you're the one who's going to be going into here. So where's our other train? Is this it? No, that's the bakery works. I'm missing a train. Oh, it's here. It's here. It's not made it outside of the thing yet. All right, we're up to 1 million. Fine. So let's just get these. Let's get these 2 stations connected to the network, and then we'll be good to go. So right now we have a drop off for wood and a pickup for planks. So we're going to expand this network quite a fair bit. So, vehicle commissions can slow down urban growth. Yeah, that's fine. We don't really care about that one too much. Let's see. So, wood drop off and plank pickup. Oh no, it's plank drop off and plank pickup. Okay, so actually I'm pretty happy with that one just being plank. I'm eventually going to need a drop off for bread, I believe, because there's no point in me having bread over here. So let's configure this with a bread line. So that's going to be for bread, and then we'll need another Cargo platform. Let's do this. Let's start being a bit creative with these cargo platforms. Let's do an open goods shed and a standard cargo platform. Well, actually, let's do it as one of the traditional ones. We can fucking find the cargo platform section. Yep, there we go. And then we can get tracks onto the other side. Doop doop. Fine, so logs, bread, coffee, silver. I'm gonna need pickups, so I'm gonna need plastics. Let's just add another 2 platforms to this and then call it a day. So let's do the cargo shed trick again, because I quite like the way that it looks. Oh. Ooh. Platforms, cargo. Oh. I can't seem to expand anymore that way. Now, why would that be? Is it because there's no cargo building to connect it? Question mark. Let's try this. And then let's do the cargo shed. No, okay, that seems to be as much as I'm going to be able to expand it. I wonder if it has a maximum width each direction. Huh. Well, that's annoying, because my plan was to bring it down. I guess I could just do another... I could do another cargo station. If we get rid of this and get rid of this and get rid of this. And then if we do... platforms in the form of cargo. If we do this one here and then... No, because we can't do that. Why not? Something's going on here. Okay, I can't do something here, and I'm not entirely sure why. Wonder if it's like a weird bit of collision or something. So can we do cargo platforms here? We can. And then... let's do this as like a... yeah, so this is like a 2-story one, isn't it? That's a 1-story one. Okay, let's get rid of this in its entirety and do cargo shed building. Let's get one of these 2 stories. Large side building. Okay, we don't really care about that one. We want one of these 2-story ones. Oh, which we which we now can't afford because we're suddenly in debt. Fine, so I think we just, yeah, basically expand this probably as much as we can. Okay, let's keep it on fast forward, because we will, this railway network will make money eventually. We just need to keep going on the fast forward. We're very almost through 1 town already. So that's quite cool. So let's configure the Port Bumley train station. So we'll grab you, let's get rid of you, and then grab you as an open goods shed. With some tracks here. And then if we do platforms... okay. Yeah, I wonder if it is a width thing then. Also, kind of silly almost actually that I can't get like an end cap. There is a way of doing this. There's something that's is it under MISC? I Side fence. Ah, yeah, here we go, here we go. It's a side fence, is exactly what I was thinking of. So the side fence does allow us to cap these off in a slightly more realistic way, which I quite like. It does look a little bit silly like this, but yeah, it is acceptable. And then from here, okay, I can't really do anything. Can I put like a tiny little building here? Cargo building. Is there like a side building I can fit in here? Well, there is, kind of. I could put a main building, actually. That doesn't look too bad. I'm not really doing it for very much other than the fact it gives me cargo capacity. That looks a little bit rough. But fine, it is what it is. I guess we could just put a little... Well, no, let's do a proper little street in here. Oh, that's a pedestrian footpath. I mean, yeah, actually, I guess. I guess a pedestrian footpath isn't too out of place here. Wobber. Okay, we didn't necessarily want that. We do bring this along to about here-ish. Alright, here we go. Oh, double slip switch. What you talking about? That's actually quite cool. I quite like that path, the ability for me to make pedestrian footpaths. I can actually probably spruce up Bacup a little bit with this. Probably have like a little forest walk that that cuts through Bacup. So if I do like this, well, it says it's one way. Is it one way? Choo-choo, the train is here. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so it says, yeah. Can I like change your direction? See, I don't think this actually matters, because I think this is like a two-way footpath. So what we'll do is, where's the collision for this house? So it's here. Let's not delete nature, because that ain't our goal here, is to delete the fucking trees. So let's bring this down into here. That's fine. And then we'll do this as a curved path. So let's have you skirt around the forest and then attach to this one. Cool. So now suddenly this has a little bit of a connection, which is pretty cool. Oh, so there's now a little footpath that comes through here. I wonder if we can expand this forest, actually. So, let's do some woodland. Oh, I can't remember if it's under paint tools or if it's under... it's going to be under paint tools. Or is it? I wonder if it's under assets then. That I might need some mixed trees. All right, does anyone know what kind of trees these are? Let's try and ID it real quick. Yeah, okay, actually that looks not too bad. So let's take the strength down to 1/2, and let's pump up the brush. So I don't think this will cover over anything, but let's expand this area as a forest. Okay, I might need to delete some. Oh yeah, no, that will just put them down anywhere. Okay, all right, let's clear. Oh, actually no, let's use the terrain clearing tool. So let's bring it down to what, the size of the tracks here. Oh fuck it, I forget that it deletes our fucking fuck. Okay, beans. Okay, let's actually just use the individual bulldoze tool for this. So this is a nice little forestry train station here. If we go back to mixed trees and do okay, that's nice. Nice little area there. Right, we need to put in the shit that we accidentally deleted. So this was a right 2 low, which is gonna go here. And then this is a right 3 tall, which will go in here. There we go, that is that back up to scratch. Cool, now we have a nice little area. Some of these trees might go in the future as we look to expand the town. But for just now, this is actually pretty cool. I like the footpath. It's same as City Skyline. It's just a nice way of combining a couple of areas. I could actually do another little footpath from here that's going to lead into that country walk, which might be a little bit nice. I guess time will tell if people actually use it or not, but so question is, can I actually fit it in here? Yeah, okay, I don't like the way that that actually goes in. But yeah, so we bring this down. That's quite nice. And then from here, we just cut this all the way down. Here we go, a nice little country walkway. So in time we'll get to see if pedestrians actually end up using this. But for just now, I quite like it. Let's use the tree tool to go ahead and tree up some of this industrial area here. Let's increase the brush strength and maybe the brush size a little bit. So mixed trees. We'll just get. I always feel these games like skip out on trees a lot more than they should. I want some nice green towns. Sorry, I've become distracted by foliage. You know, you can't beat a good bush. Let's do the same thing right here. Don't worry, the tram tracks are just a bit of LOD issues. I don't care about trees too much in the industrial districts, but for like the center of these areas, probably quite nice to get some trees on the go. Ooh, okay, I don't like. Yeah, I don't like that bush being on the inside of the train tracks. Fine. I actually saw I'm gonna have to see his name real quick. Let's open up YouTube for a split second. So there was somebody who's I only discovered after I started getting into Transport Fever, but he does really cool videos focused about the Great Western Railroad. Now I use quite a lot of mods from the Great. I wouldn't say that mine's are mine's is going to be a GWR themed route, mainly because there are other people that do that, and you know, I don't need to be getting into their parade, but they do have the highest quality stuff for the early time period, hence us kind of using the GWR mods. But the person did something really cool, which I want to replicate, but also I'm going to give credit for doing it because it's a really cool thing. So it's Donuts Transport Fever over on YouTube. I'm gonna throw this in chat real quick. There we go. So they do the GWR stuff over on YouTube, and they have this really cool thing that they do. So I'll show you basically what they've done. I'll decide if I keep it or not. Oh hey, we got new. Oh, it's 1852. So basically, out front of the train station, they have like a really small section of track. So I want this version of it. So they have this section. They have a little section of track here, where they have a train that sits, which is quite cool. So they basically go into the GWR things, and they'll have. So for us, it's red tends to be the thing that we tend to use. Is there a cabbed version of this? No, there isn't. But yeah, so from here we can do this. And then just get rid of... Oh, okay, that didn't work. Okay, it needs to be a smaller area than I think it does. So we can put the train here for $1,000 and then put that down. And so you can turn this into like a little museum piece. And I saw this on one of their videos. I was like, actually, that is really that's really cool. That's really cool. So from here, yeah, you could basically like surround it with a nice fence. So if we do here to here to here to here. Oh, we kind of screwed the picture on that one just a little bit, but if we finish this up, there we go. Doesn't that look like a cool little tribute to your your railway heritage? I thought that's a really cool idea.